Hey everybody, welcome to another round of Canje Plays, and today we are here to play some of this War of Mine. I want to start by saying, dang it, Barrett. I love this game a lot. It just hasn't been back to the table in a while, but I played a lot of it on previous videos on the channel, and I saw Barrett did his playthrough, and I was like, oh, I miss that game so much, and I need to play it. So, and I got to think of what to play today because we haven't jump back into a campaign because next week I won't be available to stream all week long. And so I wanted to just kind of get something fun and going to play through previously. So, or now, I guess I can't say previously. And so we're going to dive into just a regular full play of this War of Mine. I will be using the Days of the Siege expansion, just using the Orphans side of the Days of Siege, so you can get a sense of that. And before we do that, though, I want to go through the campaign because a lot of people have questions, right? There's been a lot of confusion about, well, where's this? Why is this name different? What's moved around? So we're going to look through the campaign page, and from there, I'll talk about kind of what to expect, what you need if you choose to back this game, what you should back if you have everything, and if you're missing a few things. Because Awaken Realm's trying to be a little tricky with this one. I think it's because they wanted to get some more, so they split up a lot of things and renamed a few things for things to be a little weird. So I'm going to answer those questions too. If you have questions about this, about those items, let me know as I'm going through it. I can answer as much as I can. I got some answers about the acrylic tokens and all that other stuff today, so we'll talk about it all, and then we'll dive in, do a playthrough of here. I'm probably going to die very quickly, so don't feel like it's going to be long, and then we'll see how it goes. Does that work for you all? And if you have questions, like I said, let me know. Just type in the chat, just say question, colon, and then write out your question, and I'll flag those so I can go through and answer your questions about the campaign. So before I begin, I just want to say thank you to my patrons, subscribers, and if you're neither coming in to hang out, thank you and welcome as well. Let's go ahead and get down to the table, and then I'll pull up the campaign and explain it all away, because they tried to be tricksy, but I figured it all out as I was reading through everything. So let's do this. Alright, so I've got the game fully set up for a play before we jump into the Orphans setup for ourselves to play the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at the campaign page. Do this, and that. Okay, so right now we've got, and I'm looking this way. I know I should be looking this way, but my monitor's over here, so please forgive me. Right now we've got the This War of Mine campaign. It looks like they've got about a day and a half left. But they've raised 1.9 million on this campaign so far for people backing this stuff to see what they're gonna get. This is a good game. It has its flaws. One of them for me is combat. I think I'll find a way to homebrew combat. It's supposed to be gritty and tough, but I never win combat, and if combat pops up, I just might as well say I'm dead. So I want to make it a little bit more approachable from the combat perspective. Anyway, yes, I logged out so you can't see what I backed, but I'll tell you what I backed anyway. So basically, this is a second edition of this War of Mine. What does that mean? What all comes with that? How is that different? What they've done is Awaken Realms has actually taken, originally there were 3 boxes of this War of Mine that came, whether you backed it before or you picked it up later. What came with it was Tales of a Ruined City, Days of the Siege, and the core box. That came with a ton of content for you to play, and then there was the Rubble Die, if you wanted to pick that up as well, right? What Awaken Realms has done is they've broken up both the expansions, the Days of the Siege and Tales of a Ruined City. They've broken them all up, and then they've moved some things in the core box, and they've renamed other things so that when you're like, wait, I have Days of the Siege, why isn't that in this campaign? It is, it's just renamed. And that's the crappy part. But it is what it is. I get it. Marketing, marketing. So, if you have If you have all of the first edition content, that means you have Days of the Siege, Tales of a Ruined City, and the core box stuff, and the Rubble Die, you are solid. You are solid. This second edition has nothing new for you except when we come down to the upgrade pack. So I'm going to start at the upgrade pack and go out. This is all you need. if you have if you already have those 3 things already at first edition. Everything else, all those cool names that you see, is just renamed stuff of the content that you already have. But this is the new stuff for you, which is upgrade pack for owners of first edition. This will come with all the stretch goals. So if you're like, if I get this, will I get my stretch goals? Yes. You will get all the stretch goals that are in this campaign. New stretch goals, gameplay content with miniatures. You see it down there. You will get the all the new things that come with this campaign as well, right? So, for instance, we got new characters inbound that are being worked on. A new, basically, board that you can look at, that you can use, but if you get the neoprene, then you'll get the neoprene of it, but it's a new board that you can use. You'll get the new player boards. Right now, if you have first edition, there are no player boards for you to have. So you will get new player boards, and this is pretty cool. They're dual layer boards for you to move stuff up and down as you're going through. I think this is pretty neat, so this is a good value. They've updated the rule books and got the FAQs, and then they've done like a high quality printing of some new stuff, and then the new scenarios that are coming that you see on the daily unlocks, that's what all this other stuff is. If you have, I'll say it again, if you have everything from the first edition, that is Tales of a Ruined City, Days of the Siege, and the core box, this is all you need. Because when you come down here, you're going to see stuff like Forlorn Hope, War Campaign. This is in Days of the Siege. So if you have Days of the Siege, you have this already. You have those minis already. You have that map already. You have this entire campaign already. So you don't need to get this, or else you'll be getting double stuff. When we talk about the Rubble Die, if you picked up the Rubble Die, there was 2 chances to pick it up. One during the campaign, and the other they were doing a fundraiser to help. I believe it was the Ukraine. And you could pick up a Rubble Die. You can get the Rubble Die. If you haven't, then you could get it now. I was not able to get it at the time, so I'm picking up it in this campaign. When we talk about this one here, Expanded Incidents. Expanded Incidents was everything that came, well, almost everything that came in Tales of a Ruined City. So, basically in Tales of a Ruined City, you got the scenarios Blood on the Snow, Epidemic, Refugees, You and Me, Side by Side. All that stuff is in Tales of a Ruined City. So, there's more in Tales of a Ruined City, but they've broken it out and put it in the core box, right? So, if you already have Tales of a Ruined City, you have all this already. If you don't, then there you go. So just to kind of break out, why is it named different? I think it's just marketing to try to be slick. This is new. Companions is new, as it says new content. Where before they had the dog and the cat, now they've added a parrot, a donkey, a sheep, and a chicken. So it's new. But they operate pretty much like the dog and the cat, right? So just keep that in mind. If you choose to pick up this content, it's just getting these 4 creatures that are on here, which this is new content, so I'm looking for new content, right? This is also new content. This is also new content, which is TV set and boardroom promo cards. These are just promos that have that are basically one boardroom fitting card, which is this one, and then 5 TV set cards. So when we go to do Orphans, the TV set stuff kind of operates, and I'm not going to say it operates the same way, but it operates in what you want. But these are upgrade stuff, right? Do you need this to experience this War of Mine when you have first edition? No, you don't. Do you need this promo set? You don't. It's just nice bonuses, right, for your play stuff. Expanded incidents, I think I went through that already. There's Blood on the Snow. Forlorn Hope, I went through that already. To Rebel Die. Memories of the Past. This is basically, if you have, I think this is in Tales of a Ruined City as well, because I remember going through this also. In Tales of a Ruined City, when things happen to your character in the Wartime Diaries, they break down, like, you look up specific incidents, so that's what the sheet's showing. Like, if this person dies, read this. If you made it to the end, read this. It's kind of like a story. It's kind of telling more about your character and what happens to them at the end. If you run into, if you are shot, or if you run into a thug, or if you do this specific incidents, it's narrative. And that's what this is. It's a book of narratives. But you have this already if you have first edition, just to let you know. This one are the acrylic markers. I want to get to these because this is important. I asked about this today, and I found out what was going on. The upgrade pack doesn't seem to include the new box. No, it doesn't, but I have the old box, so I'm fine with that, Sean. But if you want the new box, the only way to get the new box is with the second edition. But no, it doesn't have the new box. It doesn't need... You don't need it, to be honest. The acrylic tokens. Let's talk about these for a second, because I asked a question today in the comment section, and Awakened Realms responded. When you look at these, you'll be like, oh, cool, so now you could get all of the acrylic tokens. They're not all of them. There are some of them, and they're only for the core, they're only for the core game. So any other stuff that you get, like the SG, like the stretch goals and things like that, do not come with the upgraded with acrylic tokens. They will still be cardboard. My thought on why they went this route, and only Awakened Realms knows, and it's just me on pure speculation, is that I think because they don't want to cast new moles and keep this campaign's cost of printing tight, that they just said, this is what we're printing. We're not casting new moles for the new stuff that's coming out maybe later, but for right now, this is all it is. So what you see here is what you're going to get for the acrylic tokens, and if you look through these carefully, you'll see it's not everything. So even with the core stuff from first edition, you won't get acrylic tokens for everything. It will only be some things. So if you choose to get this, just bear that in mind. You're not getting this saying, oh sweet, every other token I have will be acrylic. That is not true. You're only going to get some. And they're not doing the SG stuff as acrylic. It's just going to be cardboard. That's their decision. Take it up with Awakened Realms. Of course, neoprene. Neoprene mats. This one is sewers, so if you have sewers, you already have this board, but this is the neoprene mat on it. This is the Forlorn War campaign, so if you have that, you already have it. And then this is the new mat that's coming out with. But if you get the upgrade pack, you're already getting the mat as a board. But if you wanted a neoprene, then you can get that as well. Just keep that in mind. Of course, you got a dice tray if you want your dice tray. People like dice trays. This is the furniture set. Okay, this is pure... You look at this and you're like, oh, neat. But as you will see when we play through this game, this is pure bling, and only for the purpose of bling. It serves no purpose in gameplay, because you instead of putting a fitting card, which you'll see when we play, you're gonna put the mini. That's it. So it's cool, and it's for people who really want to bling this game out, but consider and think about how often this game will hit your table for your decision on bling. I would have preferred they take this and finish up the acrylic tokens than them doing this, honestly. Because the fitting cards are just fine. I did not get this, and I usually bling out a game because it provides no added value, or even, to me, it doesn't even feel like it provides any, I don't know, immersion, because the card works just fine, and your immersion is more about going outside of the house than being in the house, if that makes sense. But it's up to you. It's there if you want it. This said that it came with first edition. I don't know where in first edition this is. Maybe someone could find it, but I have everything first edition. I don't have this, so I don't know where this came from. But honestly, this is just a collectible item. This has no gameplay value. Okay, just to let you know, there is no gameplay value. It's just a collectible. That's all it is. It is just a collectible of the city that you can have. If you're like, oh well, is it part of a campaign? Nope. It's just cool to look at. It's like a poster. Survivor art book if you want. If you're gonna be, well, for the majority of you who paint minis, this is pretty cool. The artwork is stupendous. Just to let you know. So if that's something you want, have at it. I usually don't get that. There's a diorama that says, blank the war. That's a pretty nice mini that you can have, but it does, once again, it's a collectible. It's not something that serves gameplay. So it's just something that you'll have and you'll paint and put up on your shelf, and that's where it'll sit. And then of course the cards for the card sleeves for what you want. So inside this, once again, all the characters here, they've redesigned some of the minis for you to have, and you'll see I have the first edition mini, so you'll get to see what they look like. But not a lot of them have been, like, I guess they've redone some of the minis to just make them a little bit more up to date Awakened Realms fashion, but your first edition ones work fine. No, Awakened Realms is not, because I asked and they answered, they are not releasing just the minis cosmetic add-on for people just to get the minis. They said they're not doing that. I don't know why, but they said not. So short mode, where they talk about cut down on setup and playtime with cutting the experience. When you see me open up this book, you're gonna. This is how you play the game. This is technically the rule book, right? Look how thin this is. If you want to cut it down shorter, you can. There's materials bags. It's not necessary. Why? I don't know. This is just sure. But there's a first player model. They did that with the cats with Nemesis if you want. They've upgraded the water tokens, because the water tokens were their typical, these things here. I don't know if you could see these. This is first edition water tokens. That's these, which you've seen these on a lot of their games, right? So they've upgraded those water tokens to look like this. The noise token is the exact same. Nothing's changed. They just put an exclamation point on it. Who cares? There is a functional insert that's supposed to come with it, but by and large, when I run into inserts, not many games do inserts well for what I need, especially with the sheer amount of content that I get, that I don't care. But you could, if you're getting second edition, you will get an insert that comes with your game. If not, and you have first edition, there are many inserts on Etsy, on Printable, on Thingiverse, on so many places for you to 3D print your own or pay somebody to send to you if you want. That will contain your entire game. Right now, I have an insert, and this came from Dice Destroyers, I believe. I think that's where I got it from. I have an insert, and it fits everything into 2 boxes. Everything. The other thing you're getting, this Heart of the City, it says the Heart of the City scripts. And to me, this expansion is about how people cope with tragic and seemingly impossible situations. It's also searching for shards of normal life. So it says Shards of the City, and then you get this book of scripts. You mean this book of scripts? Because it's the same thing, right? It's just bound instead of sealed. Book of scripts. So you're getting that stuff. Now here are the things that they took out of the 2 expansions and put into the core box, just so you know. Orphans of the War and Tactics. Both of these came with Days of the Siege. So they took them out of Days of the Siege and they put them in the second edition core box. So they broke it up and renamed things. Sewers and farmers came straight out of Tales of a Ruined City, so they took it out of Tales of a Ruined City and put it into the core box. So now, people who did not pick up Tales of a Ruined City have to make the decision that if you want it all, you have to buy the core box and this expansion to get it all. If you didn't get Days of the Siege, you have to buy the core box and this other expansion to get it all. That's kind of where I was like, it's kind of crappy, but sure. The dog was in Days of the Siege, so if you have that, you have it. Myra was in Tales of the Ruined City, so they've been pulling them out of these other expansions and just putting them into this core box for you to have. Mini expansion. Oh, this is scavenging cards. Yeah, I got all that too. So, like I said, it's what's in the. If you have everything from first edition, there's nothing in the core second edition that you will be like, oh, I don't have that. Nope, you do. You do. The stretch goals, though, this is freaking cool, right? I really love these because I love the scenarios that are written for this. They're just so gritty and so well done. The last broadcast, which is coming with a new character, you will get it if you get the upgrade pack. I think there's two characters because there's Esma and there is Malik, however they want to do it. That is going to be coming with that specific scenario. This one's going to break my heart. But this one I am really looking forward to because the scenario pack is still missing. You are trying to find out during the war what happened to your loved ones when in the sea. So you're trying to find them and find clues to find them. And oh my gosh, this thing is going to be like heartbreaking, and I love it. I love it. Yeah, it's gonna be expensive because state of things Morganite for sure. The one character per player mode. When people see this, they're like, "Oh, is this solo mode?" No, this is not solo mode. The game is built to be played solo, true solo. Well, it's built to be played solo, but it's never going to be true solo. In this game, when someone has the leader token, let's say you're playing with 4 players, not each player doesn't get a character. When someone has the leader token, they control all the characters. And then when you get the leader token, you control all the characters. So at one point, everyone is talking and everyone is controlling all of the characters. So as you talk and go through, that's what it happens. The purpose of this mode is to say every player has one character. It's to say, okay, you have Esma, or you have Marcin, or you have Anton, and that is your character for the entire, and you make decisions for them and only them, working as a group co-op, right? So that is the purpose of this mode. So don't think, oh, they made true solo mode. They did not. This is not true solo mode. Secret personal objectives. I mean, it's there. How many characters are in the game? Lots. There are, and I'll show you when we get down to the table outside of the stretch goals. I'll show you how many characters are in the game. But they're adding once again Canje and Branko. So there's another one, a red character, both of them red, which is pretty cool. The scenario pack Roots. This one seems pretty cool because it's kind of a reminiscent thing and it feels pretty good. Yeah, I may wait for the pledge manager and see how finances are then. I just had to pay for a plumber and literally last night my thermostat broke. So, oh man, I'm so sorry. That's awful. Forget Celebrations is a good one. So Katya clings to one fragile mission together, the last pieces of human memory before they're lost forever. So this looks like taking pictures of what's going on. So, it's so deep. Upgrade bags for bags. Yeah, sure, great bags. Put stuff in that you don't really need to randomize. And then these variety packs of things. If you have Tales of a Ruined City and Days of the Siege, you have all this. You have this stuff right here because it's on my table now. Zoran and Ruben, new characters to play, so they're adding more characters, which is great. And then a new map. Lost Generations, a new scenario that I'm just gonna love. A Way Out scenario pack, which is coming. Hippocratic. So something about from the medical field is because you're a doctor. And then there's just more that's coming, which is pretty great. So let's close this out and let's talk about characters. How many characters come with this game? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 characters. Plus, not including the stretch goal characters. So 13 characters not including stretch goal. Look, I have all the orphan stuff, right? Which is what we're going to play with today. I don't know if you have questions about the campaign, let me know. But I'm just saying, if you have everything from first edition, the upgrade pack, and maybe some add-ons, and that's it. And that's what I got. I just got the after I did some digging and researching and reading, I was like, oh, I already have half the stuff. So I just said, okay, this is what I'm just getting the upgrade pack, and I'll grab, like, I think, what did I grab? I grabbed the companions pack, and the TV and boardroom, and the playmats, because I gave up in fighting against the playmats. That's all I got. And I basically have everything. They haven't added anything new for you. Okay. Let's play. So hopefully I'll end that segment of saying, if you have any questions, let me know. Hey, look! The dog! Remember that dog that's in the core for 2nd edition? Look, I have it already. I don't have to do that. Okay, so we're playing with the game module of Orphans. And it says, the little ones suffer the most during any war. Some of them perish, some survive no matter the odds, often choosing to do things a grown man would be afraid to do. But no matter what, such war experiences changes them forever. Now it's up to you to protect their innocence, these are dead kids, and hope that once the chaos around us ends, they will build a better future for everyone. Maybe our mistakes will teach them a lesson they won't forget. So this module comprises of the 2 orphan minis that are on here, the 3 orphan cards, which we'll deal with in a second, the six fittings that we can build at our house to help the orphans feel a little bit more, welcome, and 6 kid action cards. While the kids can't do much, if you raise their happiness, they actually will do things to help you. So it benefits not to, be like Frostpunk and put them to work. And there's a happiness token, which we'll talk about, and a dedicated Orphans War chapter in the Wartime Diary 2, which we have here that we'll get to. The module provides a wholly different experience for players and is somewhat similar to scenarios. Your main task, besides trying to survive until ceasefire, is ensuring the safety and well-being of a child or a pair of children whom you are looking after. The children can also aid you in your everyday struggles, but of course, only to a limited extent. The happiness trait that can be found only on their cards represents both their physical condition and health, but it also stands for their emotional state. If you wish to use this module at the beginning of the playthrough, during setup, draw 1 of the 3 orphan cards, so we'll give them a shuffle, and I will roll a die, so y'all aren't like, oh, he knows which one's right, because it's only 3 cards. Hacks, I'm calling hacks. So I'll shuffle these up, put them down, and I'll grab a die. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it landed right on it. So these 2 are no longer used in the game. This is what I have. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So it says, Orphan. During setup, draw 1 orphan card and place it near the other characters. And add all the kid fittings into the fittings deck. Place the kid actions near the board. Who are we taking care of? Bada boom, the girl. So she is going to be hanging out with us. And her happiness will start at 3. So starting happiness 3. Lower her happiness by 1 whenever she is not fed 1 vegetable, raw food, canned food during the dusk phase. Any character dies or abandons the group. Oh no. Any character suffers wounds during a night raid. Even worse. Any character becomes a miserable level 3 or misery level 3. When happiness hits 0, see K2 in the Wartime Diaries 2 for what happens, which is not good. So this is who we're going to have here. We're going to put our happiness marker at 3. Actually, I'll put it over on this side so you can see it better. I'll put her happiness marker at 3. The kit fittings that are here are now going to be part of this deck that you can always take a look at, so I could just put it right on top of there. And the kit action cards, we'll just give these Yon Shuffle. And put it right here. Alright, so we've got the kids. Alright. Let's see. And place the corresponding miniatures on the shelter board. Bonk. So there she is. On any space you want, that's where she'll be. Then place the happiness track on where it starts. Next, place the kids fitting cards, kids room, based on the description provided on the back. So let's see. Find kids room. Prepare kids room. Next, place the kid fitting card, kids room, based on the corresponding description provided on the back of the card. The remaining kid fitting cards from the module should be shuffled back into the fittings deck. Alright, so this says, during setup, place this card on the board instead of any chosen heap. So we've got heaps here, 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 and here. So we will put this as the kids' room. So we'll put this so they have a room, and I'll be getting rid of a heap to play. And it says, the kids' room. Talk and play. Roll the black die and compare the results with the empathy of the character placed here. At a result that is equal to or less than the character's empathy, raise the happiness by 1. Can only be used once per day. Equal to or less than my empathy. Okay. So that's the kids' room. So I'll put you in your room because that's what you do. Okay. Finally, shuffle the kids' action deck and place it next to the board. You may acquire and use kids' action cards when you craft some of the kids' fittings. That's it. Ooh, we're ready to do that. Now this book, sorry, non-related to the game question, you were talking about inserts. Do you use any inserts for Marvel United? Yes. Kim and Steve created an insert, not an insert, but more of a storage solution, and I have that. For the minis, all my minis are in the SG boxes with an insert from Etsy. And I think my locations are in a binder. So, yeah, I do have those. How many characters are in the game Hex? I have no idea. I don't even know what game that is. Are you messing with me, Mike? So, here's how you play the game. You open this book. This is so roundabout and weird, but actually, if you just follow the text and don't look at the squiggly images that will dizzy you, it will set up the board for you very, very quickly. Then, bink, you turn the page, and it tells you what to do. A new day has begun. It's morning. Draw and resolve the top card of the event deck, and you just follow it from top down. So the top card of the event deck, and this is the event deck, is Chapter 1. Chapter 1. 2. When the Civil War broke out, many people thought that it would only last a couple of weeks. It's been a year since the military surrounded the rebels in the capital, cutting off all supply lines. The civilians still trapped in the city suffer from hunger, disease, and the constant threat of shelling. It's another day of desperate waiting for the end of this terrible war. Determine the objective for each of the 3 chapters of the campaign. Find a final objective card in the objective deck and place it on the objective space on the board. So we will grab this as we're doing the chapter objectives. Final objective. Boom. Done. Then draw 2 more objective cards and place them on top of the final objective. These cards should be placed face up, and you may look at them at any time during the game. Remove the remaining objective cards from the game. At the end of each chapter, resolve any rewards penalty from the corresponding. After determining the objectives, draw the top event. So we'll shuffle these up, draw our 2 chapter objectives, and they get placed face up, so we at least get to see what they are, which is fantastic. We'll grab that one and that one. The rest are gone. So our objectives, because it says These should be placed face up, and you may look at them at any time. So our objectives can be spare parts for smugglers. At any moment, you may discard any number of parts tokens, electric parts, mechanical parts. For each discarded part, advance the objective marker by 1. Reward. Payoff. Add 2 moonshine to the storage. Penalty. Beating. Distribute 2 wounds between characters. So we have to complete that objective, or that's bad. And then the other one is take care of ourselves. At the end of the chapter, each character's misery must be lower than 2. Reward unity. For each character, choose any one state and lower it by 1. Or penalty capitulation. Raise one chosen character's illness by 2. Yikes. So we're going to go with take care of ourselves first for this chapter, and then we'll do spare parts for the second chapter, because we probably might have more stuff then. Although we could do it first and move it up by 4, but I don't know. I'm scared. Alright, so it says, at the end of each chapter, resolve the penalty stuff. After determining the objectives, draw the top event card. After you resolve this card, remove it from the game. So this card is removed, and this is our first event. Add 3 coal to the coal track. Yay! And you just read it from top to bottom. Cold is bad. Just to let y'all know. Cold is bad. Cold is horrible. It is super bad. Food shortage. Remove the following tokens from the box, not from storage, into the waste bag. So basically, 1 canned food is removed from the box, which means it's gone from play. 2 raw food is gone from play, so that means that we cannot find this during our turn, and 3 vegetables. Ugh, gross. Cool. Fun. After you resolve this card, remove it from the game. So, so there's a food shortage. That's where we are. That's our objective. It's a sad day. Alright, so that was the morning phase. We resolved the event. We have our objective that we need to. And then we continue to the day phase. The day phase, each character may take an amount of actions equal to the white dots on here. So, for instance, if this person had 3 white dots, right now their hunger is 2. And I'll pull it up here for you to see. So right now their hunger is 2, which means they only have 2 actions. If their hunger was 1, they would have 3 actions. So your illness, misery, fatigue, wounds, and hunger actually contribute to the amount of actions that you have. Yep. Alright, so we have 3 actions that we can do. Going outside is not smart. If you go outside in the daytime, you're going to die immediately. You're going to roll the black die first. If I roll a 1, you know I'm going to roll a 1. The character placed here is hit by a sniper bullet and suffers 2 wounds. Then draw and resolve 1 visitor card, or if the number of characters in the group is 2 or less, search the visitor deck for the first arrival card and resolve it. So we can step outside and then take our chances. This is how we get more people. But there are other ways to get more people when we go visiting locations. Someone could come and try to, in the night raid stuff, there might be a visitor that might try to come and see us. So, yeah, that's kind of the fun of it. So, let's start off. We have Marcin with our character here. Marcin has 5 empathy. His prowess is 1. Handyman. During the day action phase, when using the pokeabout action, Marcin adds 3 to his black die roll. So, cool. And I'll tell you what pokeabout is. But once he has his spirit stuff going, spirit A, B, and C, if he's able to get A, habit, discard 1 coffee from the storage or raise misery by 1. So when these things proc, this is what I have to deal with, which it hasn't yet. And he can only hold 3 items in his inventory. 5 empathy is pretty cool. We have Arika, who has Sneaky. Once per scavenging before rolling for noise, Arika may lower the noise by 5. Burglar. When Arika uses a lockpick, she may re-roll a die. Empathy 6. Prowess is 2. This is for fighting. And then when spirit stuff comes up, I have to deal with that. And she can hold 3 as well in her bag. And then finally we have Anton. So Anton has 0 prowess, 7 empathy. He's a professor of mathematics, so you know, and he holds 3. All right, so they all have 2 actions that they can do this turn. So let's see. We'll have... I think Anton, which is in green... We have a shovel, so we can have him use the shovel to dig through the rubble. So we'll have him dig through this rubble using the shovel that's in our storage. We'll have... And you can't bypass stuff. She is the burglar, right? With the lockpick. So we'll have her lockpick this door with the lockpick. And we'll have Anton go talk to the kid to make him happy. Alright, so our first action is going to be this one. So the shovel gets put back here. We just basically use an action to take this, and we flip it over. So we flip it over, and we see what we get. So rubble remnants. So this goes here. It's just kind of blocking us from getting to the furniture. But that is there. We put him back. This one is the lockpick. So whenever we're doing lockpicks, we roll the black die. And we see what we get. So because of her burglar, she can re-roll if I roll trash. I basically need to roll a 4. 7. Sweet. So it says discard the lockpick, then resolve the back of the card. So this is discarded. We lose our lockpick. And then we flip this card and see what we get. So you gain 1 component and 1 wood. So we gain 1 component, 1 wood. I put it here in storage. And add these to storage and remove this card from the game, so it's gone. And then put her back at the guardhouse, and then you're going to talk to the kid. And we need to roll less than 7. Less than 7. 5, yes, because it says, as a result that is equal to or less than the character's empathy, raise 1 happiness. And I could only do it once per turn. His is 7. So we'll raise your happiness up to 4. You're very happy to see us for right now. And then we've got 1 more action to do each. There's a lot of rubble. And I need to find water for them, but I'll have to deal with that in a bit. So we're going to have... We're going to have to do a lot. We're going to have her go through this heap. We're going to have you clear that rubble. And I can't push past until it's cleared, or else I'd have them search the furniture, sadly. We could have you poke about. We'll have you poke about. Who's the poke about person? You're the... Marcin's the poke about person. There we go. Orange is not the poke about. Anton is not. Marcin's the poke about person. So we'll have you poke about. Alright, so you've finished this with your second action. This is removed from the game now. So now I have access to that. The heap is being searched. We threw the kid across the house. And what do we got? Ooh, 5 components. 5 wood. Alright, when you don't have a lot of components for this game, but when you do, you just put, this is the 5 times stuff. So this is storage with 5 times. So that means I have 5 wood and 5 components right there. So that's what I have, and then remove this from the game. I could build stuff now, which is good if I survive the night. You're going to poke about. So your stuff says, during the day actions, when using the poke about action, Marcin adds 3 to his black die roll. So that's 8. I get 3 wood or 3 components. I'll roll the die character place here and the following. So 3... any number of characters at the same time. So 3 wood or 3 components. Let's do... I think for what I want to build, I'm going to need a lot of components. But I'm going to get 3 wood because I want to board up the house next. Or 3 wood / components. Sorry, I get to choose. So I get 2 wood and 1 component. And we're done. And that ends the day phase. Simple, right? Not hard. When we come back next, I'm going to start placing fittings in these open areas here that I can use. So now, this is open, this is open, this is open that I can do that I can start building fittings for. All right, now we go to the dusk phase. Each character. So it says that each character should drink 1 water discarded from storage. I was searching for water and I found none, so now I only have 2 water. Well, the kid's misery is going to drop if they don't get water, if I understand. It says if she is not fed, it drops. It doesn't say anything about water, so I don't have to give her water. If she's not fed. All right, so 2 people are getting this. So basically, for each character that did not drink, roll the black die, and we're either raising hunger or misery. Erica's going out on a raid, so I'm going to give her a water. And I think I'm going to leave you 2 here. You definitely. Anton's going to stay, so I'm going to give it to Marcin. He might go out as well. So they will get it, and I need to roll a black die for Anton. I rolled an 8. Anton gets 1 misery. So Anton gains 1 misery. So it says any character dies, any character suffers, any character gets the level 3 misery. Alright, so level 1 misery is what you got. These are discarded because they've been drank. And then each character should eat 1 or more food discarded from storage. I got 3 raw food. That lowers hunger by 1 for what they want. She's got to eat, but it's okay if she doesn't. She can lose some stuff, and I'll give these to the 3. Little girl, you shall go without. So, she's not fed, so she's going to lose 1. These are gone. And we lower hunger by 1 for what there is. So, hunger 1, and hunger 1. Give us a little bit more actions next round. Then we continue on to the evening phase. So in the evening phase, assign each character to 1 of the available tasks. Sleep in a bed. We don't have any beds yet because I haven't built any yet. Sleep on the floor. Guard duty or scavenging. Erica's going to go scavenging. So she will be my scavenger. Raise her fatigue by 1, so she gets 1 fatigue. Which now lowers down her, her actions from 3 to 2 again. Sleeping on the floor gives me 2 fatigue. No! That's not good. Guard duty. I think I'm going to give both of them guard duty. They're both going to have guard duty. Okay, so we basically fatigue 1, 1, and 1. And she's going to go scavenging. Place up to 3 characters on the findings pile. So she's going scavenging. They're going out into the ruined city. And in the evening to go look for stuff. She's only going to be able to bring back 3 things. That's scary. I think somebody should go with her. Let's send Anton with her. We're going to send Anton with her. He's already fatigued out, so that'll just have to do. Okay. Now we're scavenging. Choose a location from one of the 3 locations that are here. Sleeping on the floor, you said reduces. Oh, you're right. It says lowers character's fatigue by 2. You're right. You're right. Lowers it by 2. Yep, you're right. You're right, Matt. So now we're scavenging. We have 3 locations. We have a warehouse. We have the... Actually, I'll show them one at a time. In a far location, we have the quiet house. In this quiet house, it has a basement entrance and a closed door. Closed doors usually mean we need lockpicks. Basement entrances could mean we need some other form of hacksaw to do things with. Special findings, whenever we do our special findings roll, these are things that we could potentially find. These don't matter as yet, but just kind of letting you know what's here. And then this says, return 2 exploration cards to have a look around the area first and read that section if that's what you want to do. So that is the quiet house. The distant location is going to be the construction site. There's going to be a shovel, some vegetables, potentially mechanical parts. So there's bars here that I need something, and rubble that I have to dig through, so a shovel might be good to bring here. But we're looking for food and water to survive this night, right? And then finally, we have in the close location, we have the warehouse, which is where I think I'm going, because the canned food, some weapon parts potentially, there's a basement entrance, some bars, and some closed doors that we'll have to deal with. So we determine which location we want to go to. These numbers on the side determine the amount of exploration cards that we'll get. We are going to the warehouse location, which means we're going to get that much. And we get to choose what equipment we want to take with us. There's closed doors. I don't have any lockpicks. Bars, I don't have a saw to do it, and a basement entrance, which might be okay. So I don't really need to take any tools with me on this one. And then we set the noise marker to 1, so as we move about, as it gets higher, it's a problem. So it says, whenever the game tells you to raise or lower the noise, make the marker on the track either up to or down, respectively. Whenever the game tells you to roll for noise, I'll roll the black die. If it is equal to or less than the current noise, an encounter is immediately triggered. So we'll run into one of these, I believe. Yeah, a resident card. And then we resume scavenging. Now, as you can see here, there are 14, so we're preparing the unknown deck. So we will draw 14 of these exploration cards, give them a good old shuffle. And we don't know what they are, but we know they are not all good. Put that back. Shuffle these up. Give them a good shuffle. Get these out. And I'm reading as they go. All items acquired. Yeah. Whenever the game tells you to return exploration cards, return them face down to the exploration deck. So, okay. Alright. So we're going to draw 14 cards and place them on the unknown pile. People are about to start getting sick too, which I'm not. I need to find some medicine. Some real medicine. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14. That is 14 cards that go on unknown for us to explore. Alright. Draw as many as there are. Now resolve these cards one after the other. Discard the resolved cards by placing them on the discard pile. After each resolved card, whenever the game tells you to return, you return it, all items acquired, and we don't have to go through this deck. When the deck is depleted, exploration automatically ends. We don't have to go through this entire deck. We can choose to stop at any time. So, I'm going to pull this. We're exploring. We got there. There's a door. We can peek through the door. We can peek through the keyhole to return 1 exploration card to look at the next card, or enter it, raise the noise by 1, or roll for noise. So hers is once per scavenging before rolling for noise, I can lower it by 5. So if this could be bad. So I'm going to be dumb and just raise noise by 1. It didn't say roll for noise. It says enter, raise the noise by 1, or roll for noise. I mean, I could roll for noise. Actually, I'm going to enter and roll for noise. I'm fine. So nothing happens. Then we'll continue with our exploration. See what's next. So we went through a door. Reality impact, damn it. So something unexpected has happened. Draw a color from the colors deck to determine the color of the script. Then check the number with the color on the exploration chart on this location's card. Awesome. I hate reality impacts because they're awful. So we're going to shuffle up the color cards. It's 5 of them. It's 5 of them. So let's let the gods decide. This one. Alright, so it is red. Red. Oh no. Red depicts drastic scenes. Alright. It's red and it says, then check the number with that color on the exploration chart on this location. 412. Find that number in the book of scripts and deal with the paint. 412. Red is bad. Red is so bad. Oh, this is so bad. Okay. 412. 3 men armed to... Oh, come on. 3 men armed to the teeth stand with their backs to the entrance. They're standing watch over several boxes as they guard the boxes. They warm their hands by a fire that's burning in a huge barrel. One of them raises his head and says, "I'll shoot you like dogs. Get out." It's not worth the risk. Let's look for another place to search. Which means we return 2 exploration cards and then we... Or just end the exploration and go back to the game. Or... silently, we move on. We enter a bigger hall to the right where the thugs are. No, I'm not fighting anybody. We're going to... This game is not great with me in fighting. So, we're going to return 2 cards to the exploration deck. And then we get back to the game. Reality impacts suck. They suck so bad. Okay, afterwards, place this card under the current location. When the location is removed from the game, shuffle this reality impact back in. It will be at the end of this round, but I'll just put it there for now. And let's continue exploring. I just need to find some water. I think I saw something. Return as many exploration cards as you wish and roll the black die. Add the number of returned exploration cards to the result. If I roll a 1 to 5, I draw and resolve a resident card. We are gonna die. I don't want to return anymore, so I'm just going to roll and see if I can just roll a 6 or higher. I hate you, game. I hate you so much. Alright. Let's see what we got. Resident card. Rebels. Oh, great. Determine the number of rebels encountered. Roll the black die. We're going to die. We're going to die. Roll the black die and draw their tokens. Rebels are offering you some items. They have 1 moonshine and 1 cigarette to exchange. Trade commission 2. If you do not have trade, roll the black die and read. If you trade, you may return 1 to talk to them. I didn't bring anything to trade. Oh, God. Okay. So, we're going to roll some die and see what we're dealing with. I rolled a 9. Of course I did. That's the time when I do it. There are 3 rebels. Draw their tokens. So, rebel tokens. Rebels encountered. Roll a 3. That one. That one. Oh, we gotta see what they are. Hold on. This is what the bag's for. Our death. Grab my bag. Who are the 3 that we're running into? B has a pistol. Fun. A has a knife. And so 2 pistols and a knife. Then, good lord. Rebels are offering you some items. Take. They have one moonshine and one cigarette, but I don't have anything to trade. So I don't need to trade. If you do not trade, roll a result. 6. It's not. Oh, it's. Oh, thank God. I don't have to fight them. I can leave. Afterwards, shuffle this card back into the residence deck. Thank God. They're just there. Okay, let's keep moving. That could have been awful. This is not looking well. It really isn't. Map card. Check the current location card for open space. This does not have open space. If there is no open space, discard this card and draw a new card from the exploration deck. If there is open space, resolve it immediately. So there aren't any open space, so we discard this card and draw a new card from the exploration deck to replace it. We're looking for bars. This one does have bars. So it says, if there are bars, you may resolve this card immediately or place it on the exploration slot and solve it later instead of drawing a new exploration card. I don't have a saw blade, so I'm just going to put it on my problem to solve later. Then we will continue moving. Just need food, man. You may ignore this card or hide out. Return as many exploration cards as you wish to lower the noise. My noise is at 1, so I can ignore this card. This is discarded. Let's get the next card. Private. You may ignore this card or search the heap. Return 2 exploration cards and raise the noise by 1. Or raise the noise by 1 and roll for noise. 2. Draw and resolve 1 card from the findings deck. The heat card. I need to do this. So I'm going to raise the noise by 1 and roll for noise. And I swear if you roll a 1, I'm going to be furious. Okay. It has to... sorry, if I roll... it has to be... Noise is... I just read that. It's either meets or under. It can't be above the noise level. So it's a little dangerous, right? I think that's what it said for noise. Whenever the game tells you to roll for noise, roll the black die if the result is equal to or less than the current noise. An encounter is immediately triggered. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I rolled a 2. It meets the noise. So it says set the noise marker back to 1 and draw another resident card. I needed to roll anything other than a 1 and 2, but we know how this game goes with me with dice. So let's resolve this. Red! Again! Oh my god! Oh my god. Alright, so red what? Draw, then reveal the top card of the residence deck and check the number with that color. So residence deck, top card, red, 955. 955. Red is always bad, and I keep drawing it. We're in danger. A boy in uniform runs into us from a side corridor. He is barely older than a child, 15 at most, and his army clothes hang off him as if they were on a pole. He tearfully begs us for help. He's on the verge of an absolute breakdown. When we find out he was sent to the front after only a week's training and broke his rifle on the first day. His squad leader became furious and gave him one night to find a new weapon on his own. If he returns empty-handed, he'll be shot. Oh yeah. This is... Do we? Do we? This is his problem. It's hard to find... It's hard for us to find any compassion for him. It's true he's only a frightened boy, but we've already seen plenty of crimes ordered by men in uniform. We try to persuade him to desert, explaining why he should take advantage of this opportunity to run away. We give him one of our guns, which I don't have. Let him come back with us at dawn. We'll give him a gun we have at the shelter. I don't have any guns at the shelter. I will try to persuade him to desert. So we're going to 1508. This is super bad. The recruit admits he has distant relatives in the city, but he's too paralyzed with fear to seek them out. We leave with the unpleasant feeling that the boy doesn't have a chance. Write 352 on a blank token and place it on the findings pile. When you begin the next scavenger phase, resolve 352. They give you these blank ones. Where are they? I had a couple of them somewhere. Four nups. Where are they? Oh, here. Here they are. They give you these blank ones to write on. So we'll write, and I write in pencil so I can erase them and reuse. 352. That is not going to end well, and that's in our findings pile. And back to the game. Alright, so we've solved this foolish reality impact. Afterwards, shuffle that back into the deck. And then we get to solve this, which is draw and resolve one from the findings heat card. So here's the findings. Shuffle this up. And we get a finding. What did we find when we searched? Hey, Vampire Castle Gaming. The heap. A broken pistol. Dadgummit, he could have had it with us. A broken pistol and ammo, and I rolled a black die. So I could have given him a broken pistol. I'm a horrible person. Alright, so a broken pistol. Ammo. A broken pistol, and we rolled a black die. And when it says roll the black die, we roll and we grab what we roll on the location. I really need this to be a 9. It's a 2. You know what I get for 2? Nothing. We're gonna die. Alright, cool. Then afterwards, shuffle this back into the findings pile. Okay, so then we're gonna keep going because we have not found food. Stairs down. Look for another way. Return 3 exploration cards or enter. Raise the noise by 3, then roll for noise. I'm going to raise the noise by 3. 1, 2, 3. And before rolling for noise, I'm going to use her ability to take that back down to 1. Now, game, don't you be a jerk. Okay, we're good. Because like, if you roll a 1, I was going to be furious. Let's keep going. Tough luck. Roll for noise. 6. We're okay. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling. You may ignore this card or return 2 exploration cards. No, we're not doing a backstab. Ignore an encounter. Do not draw a resident card. After you roll for... I'm going to ignore this card. Let's keep going. No! Oh, boy. Please don't be red. Please don't be red. Can you not be red? Anything other than red. Anything. Black. Black is not good. Okay. Black is also not good. And we're pulling from the exploration deck. 340. Yeah, 340. We're gonna die. We are gonna die. A dark stairway leads up to a rubble-filled bedroom in an attic. The still-made beds is covered in dust and broken roof tiles. The floorboards creak with every step. A sudden explosion forces us to cover our ears. We know that sound all too well. Mortars. The glow from the other side of the street casts a harsh light into the bedroom. We stay here to wait out the bombardment. Bombardment! We flee, first from the building and then further. Every second counts. Ooh. I don't know what to do for this one. We could wait it out, but we'll lose 3 cards, which is our last 2 exploration cards. Or we flee from the building. And the mortar, it said it rocked what? Did it rock the building? Did it hit the building? The floors creak with every step. A sudden explosion forces us to cover our ears. I'm going to wait it. It's going to end the stuff, but we could run, but they might see us. I'm going to run. 1839. We're going to run. We're going to run. This horrible place. 1839. 1839. We flit between the ruined houses. The sound of mortars is joined by machine gun fire. Who's shooting, and at whom? We lack the courage to check. Another deafening explosion. It feels like the city is breaking apart behind our backs like a house of cards. Finally, all the sounds are left far behind. Tired but alive, we return to our shelter. For a long time after, we can still hear the sounds of battle. Remove all remaining exploration cards. Remove all discovered locations from the game. And in their place new randomly chosen cards from their locations and back to the game. So all these are gone. All these so we're back. All these locations, so this gets reshuffled. All these are removed from the game, and we get 3 new locations, which is the apartment house, Central Square, and Old Town. And exploration's over. We're done. We're done, man. These will get reshuffled back in there. Then once you finish exploration, shuffle all the exploration and resident cards into their decks. At this moment, you may add any resources, wood components, and water to the findings piles as you wish. You can bring back a total, which I believe we do get water, but it says you can bring back a total weight of tokens, resources, including equipment and weapons you brought with you, equal to total inventory, which is 6. The weight's written on the cards, so it's pretty easy to tell. Characters with their findings may make their way back to the shelter in the dawn phase. And I believe we're supposed to get water. Yeah, we're heading back in as the night raid, but I believe we're supposed to get water when we finish scavenging. I think we get an amount of water equal to the number of players, I believe. I'll have to see. Let me see here. Scavenging 600. But I believe we do. The choose finding stage rules state that a player can add as many resources, water, wood, and components as he wants to the finding piles. Okay, I can add as many as I want. I'm going to add 3 water. And I can carry. Yeah, I think I can carry 6 things. This weighs 1, this is nothing, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do, yeah, unused inventory with water. 5, 6. We're gonna fill it with 6. And we can bring all that back to the shelter. But we're making our way back to the shelter, but let's keep you 2 outside right now. But we have to deal with the night raid. So choose weapons for the guard. I got a shovel. That's what I'm fighting with. Yeah. And then draw and resolve a night raid. There is an app for the scripts. I'm just kind of playing it cool. All right, we got to resolve the night raid. You ever know when you just want to curse? You just want to curse. Oh my god. Black. Alright, and we'll look at the Night Raid card to see what it's going to be. Yeah, it says then reveal the top card of the Night Raid. Black, 427. Afterwards, shuffle this back into the Night Raid. 427. I hate Reality Impacts. Who'd have thought that in these times people would be burning books for warmth? Who'd imagine that they'd be dying of cold, trembling in the corners of buildings like mice? War is the end of civilization, someone wise once said, and they were right. Luckily, it's a bit warmer today, and the thaw seems to have begun. Or maybe fate has just dealt us slightly better cards for the moment, and is ready to take back once again. Discard all cold tokens from the cold space! Sweet baby Rays. Oh my gosh, thank you. Woo! Oh man. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Then return to the game. That was lucky. That was super lucky. One, if you could share that with me too, if they've removed it, that'd be awesome. Oh, super lucky. Okay, so every built board up. Okay, so then we do prowess. We don't have to do a Night Raid because that happened. We're good. Board ups. Every board up subtracts a wound. Yep. Crime wave. We're not there yet. So during setup, Night Raids and resident cards with red corners were set aside. If there are any of these left, shuffle 2 of them. So we'll grab 2 of these, and these 2 are going to get shuffled into the Night Raid deck going forward. 1, 2. Because there's a crime wave going on. And then we hit Dawn. Scavenger Party returns. We get all our stuff. No food, sadly. And I believe it said that I have to resolve 352 in the morning. Assign meds and bandages. Draw a fake card. So I have to draw a fake card to see what happens. Alright, fate. What horrible thing befalls us? Raise the illness of all ill characters who did not take any meds by 1. Nobody's ill. Heal the wounds of all characters who have been bandaged by 1. Okay. Discard bandage tokens from all characters. If cold tokens minus boards up equals 1, we're good. It's 0 because nobody's getting sick. Exchange the nearest small location. So this is the nearest small location. So this gets discarded and these get moved down. And a new location comes out, which is supermarket, which we need to go to. Resolve weight tokens, then discard them. I don't have any, but we were going to resolve the sea spirit on all character cards and then shuffle this back into the fate deck. Seas. Cool. Marson first. C. If Marson is miserable, level 2 or 3 raises illness by 1. He is not, so we're okay. He's not miserable. Erica. No effect. If Anton is wounded, raise his wound by 1. Nope, we're good. We are solid. Okay. Then we do a narrative action. Draw 2 narrative actions. Read them, choose one, and shuffle the other back into the deck. We're almost done with the first round. We're almost done. Okay, 1, 2. 2 narrative actions. Either secret storage. Play at the beginning of the night raid phase. Place any 2 tokens resources from the storage on this card. They are ignored during night raids. Or, got it. Play during the scavengers phase. When resolving a findings card, you also find a knife. Yes, please. We're taking that one and throwing this back to the wolves. So that'll get shuffled back in there, and this is one for us to use. Alright. That was the first day of fun. So now we have to draw a new event. Here we go. Add 1 cold token to the cold space. Crime Wave. Place this card on the Night Raids deck. During the Night Raids phase, draw and resolve 2 Night Raid cards. So the game gives, and then it takes away. Alright. Cool. Our objective is what? Each character's misery must be lower than 2. We're okay so far to finish that objective, but we've got actions to do. We've only got 2 actions because we're fatigued, because I'm annoyed. So let's do some work. We're gonna do some work. New ideas. Choose 2 cards from the ideas deck and put them into the the fittings deck. Oh, that's from over here. I don't want that. I want to build stuff. After crafting the toys for the first time, raise the happiness and draw a kid's action card. Nope, can't build that. Can't build that. Need books. 3 wood. Build a comfortable bed. 3 wood and 2 components. Build a cupboard. 5 wood and 2 components. Ooh. Build a cupboard fort for the kid. That could give us a kid action that might be helpful. Build a radio. Don't have enough for that. Nope. We could build a heater, which could help us with that, but we don't have anything to burn. We could build a workshop. Build a bed. Do I have mechanical parts? No. Or else I would build a garden. Rain collector, crude stove, don't have mechanical parts. Metal workshop, and a moonshine, don't have metal parts. Okay, so let's have our action be that the fort raises it by 2. I just need to raise it by 1. But I don't have mechanical parts, and I don't have books. So this will have to be a cupboard fort. And I'm probably going to build a bed. I can build a deadfall trap to get some food, but I need mechanical parts. I could build a heater. I could do some board ups. Ooh, where are the board ups? Are they here? Build a chair, build a bed. I'm going to do some board ups to help us. So our action is, I think board ups I could just do, if I remember properly. 300. I think board ups I could just do. How much combat's in this game? A lot, if you're unlucky. A little if you're not. If you're lucky. It all depends on what you run into. I want to build a board up. And I think... Oh, I know what builds board ups. The thingy. The thing. Do the thing. Board ups come from... Collect water. And you can look at them. It's not a big deal. Take a nap. Let's repair guitar. Read a book. Food. What's the board up one? There's one where I have to build something to build board ups. When weight tokens are resolved. Craft an item. Lockpick, shovel, saw blade, knife, hatchet. Cook a meal. Collect water. Cultivate herbs. Roll cigarettes. Preparable. Take a nap. Make a board up. It's the workshop. And I need a mechanical part to make it. It's the workshop. Does the game feel tense at all? Are you kidding me? Did you just join? If you just joined, yes, the game is quite tense. I think you just have to, yeah, Sean, I don't think it's a game you win. I think it's a game you survive. Yeah, I think it's a game you survive, not win. There's no winning in war. You just survive it. So I need to build a workshop, and I can't. So I think the smart thing to do is do this thing for the kid and get a kid action. Makes me sad that that's what I have to do. I could build a comfortable bed for the orphan. But that doesn't help anything. And I don't have weapon parts or mechanical parts because everything I need is garbage. Alright, so I can build this after to raise her happiness because I can't feed her right now. So I might not do anything for her. Choose 2 cards from the ideas. This is the ideas one. A reinforced door. Don't have mechanical parts. Don't have mechanical parts. Don't have electrical parts. I can build a chair to reduce misery. Build a bed. I'm probably going to have to... There's really not much I can do. The parts I needed I didn't find. I might as well just build a heater. So I'll have you build a heater. It's going to cost 5 components and 3 wood. I'll build this cardboard fort after we get back, because you're going to lose a misery, and I can push it back up to 4 after that. So I'll build you a cardboard fort later. You are going to search the furniture. And you are going to clear away the rest of this rubble. Okay, so... let's go ahead and do that, and this. The heater is built. So, if you buy from the expansion, from the current campaign, if you get the minis, instead of flipping the card over, you'll put the mini there. Or put the mini on the card, because the card tells you what you can do. This says I could, for each 2 wood, 2 book, 1 wood or 1 book I burn as an action, I could discard a cold token. You are searching the furniture, so let's see what we get. Oh, thank God! Okay. Okay, we have options. Oh my. Alright, so we have 2 mechanical parts, 2 electric parts, 1 raw food, and 1 wood. Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. Thank you. Okay, and then you get rid of this. Now. Alright. So we need to... Okay, we have 1 action left. Now we got options. I could build a deadfall trap to get us some food. I can build us... which is the one with the board ups? The board ups is this one, the workshop. And I only have 2 mechanical parts, and I need both of them to get food. So we can't do the board ups just yet. But I want a kid action. What can I do for a kid action here? That sounds really nasty. I need a book, a weapon part, so I guess nothing yet for the kids. And I can build a radio later. Alright, so first action, we're going to build a deadfall trap. It's going to cost 2 mechanical parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 components, and 2 wood. Oh. No, this is not a fail forward game. This is not a fail forward game. This is a one and doneer. And who's building that? Erica can build that for second action. You can burn 2 wood to get rid of that cold token, which would be great because we're not trying to raise illness, but we might have to. We might have to, and then just seek. We got 5 wood here, so I'm gonna have Anton search the heap, and you are going to burn 2 wood to get rid of this coal token. And Anton, so you built this, put you back here. So basically, 1 chem or raw food could result in food for us. The heap will give us an electrical part, 3 components, and 1 water. We've got all the water. We got all the water. Then you burn that away so you're good. So that was our 2 actions. We're done. One day I will get 3 actions. But right now we're at 2. Alright, we need to drink water. 1, 2, 3. Easy peasy. Then hunger. Here's the big part. We only got... oh, and I'm supposed to do 352. Sorry. I forgot to do that during the beginning of the day. 352. On the street, we notice a badly bent light post. Someone used it as gallows. Oh, God. We've seen plenty of suicide victims, but this one, as opposed to the others, is clad in a soldier's uniform. We get closer and recognize it's the body of the young boy who had earlier asked us for help in finding a gun. We move away quickly, trying to rid our minds of the sight of his bulging eyes and the expression of animalistic fright frozen on his face. Roll the black die and compare the result with the empathy of the characters. A result that is equal to or lower will raise misery. Equal to misery. Higher. Higher. Cool. That was awful. That was an awful thing. That they hung him anyway. And we erase this off for next time. Yeah, that occurred. That was a thing that happened in this game. Okay. Alright, then we do hunger. She's going to go down 1 because she's not being fed. Erica's going back out, so Erica's going to eat. Your hunger is going to go to 2. Her hunger is lowered by 1, so she's no longer hungry. And then your hunger is going to go to 2. Alright, then Erica has to go out. So we'll raise her fatigue by 1. She has to scavenge, but she's going by herself this time. We're going to have... Or maybe I should just have her stay... No, her die rolls are just too good. So she'll stay in next time. So she's going out. Marson, you're going to take care of guard duty. And you are going to sleep on the floor, taking your fatigue to 0. Boy, this is awful. Yeah, I know. Misery's awful. It's just so bad. Alright, she's going out. She has to go to the supermarket. And we gotta shuffle this nonsense. Shuffle this back. By herself? Yeah, by herself. I could take the other one, but I guess it doesn't... I only want one character with one action, which will be to just have one action that day. Not 2. Oh, actually, I have 2 with one action with the fatigue. So Marson could go. Marson could go. Nah. I'll figure it out. Yeah, I know. I'm only looking for food. As soon as I find food, we're done. I'm only looking for food this time. I'd love to take out more. We need to find another. Maybe I should have stepped out on the porch and see if we could find somebody else. Like, get another visitor. So let's see what we got. We got 10 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Why did I do it that way? Because I'm crazy. Oh boy. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Round 2. Fight. Is there a basement? There is a basement entrance. There is a basement entrance. You may resolve this. Raise noise by 3 and roll for noise. After entering, add 5 cards from the exploration deck to the unknown deck. Also, you may discard this card during the scavenging to draw and resolve 2 findings cards instead of 1. Ooh. Yeah, I'm doing this. I am doing this. So it says raise it by 3. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm supposed to roll for noise, but I'm going to use her once a night ability to drop that back down by 5. And I got to roll for noise. It's a 4. I'm good. Then then it says after entering, add 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to this deck. And then I may discard this card during scavenging to draw and resolve 2 finding cards instead of 1. Let's keep it running. That was actually a pretty good card. I think I saw something. Return as many exploration cards as you wish and roll the black die. Add the number returned, resident cards are bad. Resident cards are super bad. And actually, the one thing I didn't say, nope, she'll leave that. She has nothing to trade. So, do I want to return any cards to make sure I get an above 5? You know I'm going to roll a 2. So if I'm going to roll a 2, I'll need to get rid of 4 cards. I just got 5. And I'm looking for food. Screw it. We're going to die anyway. Let's do it! Ha ha ha! 1! I knew it wasn't going to work. That's why I didn't do it. So, draw a residence card. I would have to get rid of 4 cards, and I didn't want to. Here we go. What do we got? Survivors. We got some survivors. Who's coming up? Oh, this is like last time. So we are... Place this card on an exploration slot until you leave this location. Whenever you take anything from the pantry or furniture, I need to roll. Okay, so I need to roll first and see how many survivors there are. There are 2. There is this guy who has a melee weapon. And this guy who has a melee weapon. So there's 2 people who have melee weapons. Then anytime I take anything from the pantry or furniture, which is what I'm looking for, I have to deal with that nonsense. Thanks a lot, game. Thanks a lot. What do we got? Climb up. Look for another way. Return 3. Or roll the gray combat die for each scavenging character to determine how many wounds they suffered during the climb. No. No. How's the gray die? And the gray die has 1, 2, 3, 4 blank sides and 2 sides that actually do something. I could suffer 2 wounds, 1 wound, or nothing. Here we go. 2 wounds! Yes, I knew it! I knew it! I knew this game was gonna screw me. I knew it was gonna screw me. Awesome, she might die. Here we go. Search the heap. So it says we're searching the heap. It's not a pantry or furniture. Return 2 exploration cards and raise noise by 1, or raise noise by 1 and roll for noise, or to draw and resolve. So we're going to return 2 and raise noise by 1. We don't have to roll. And we will resolve 1 card for finding the heap. And we can discard this to make it 2. So let's shuffle this up. I knew it. No. Avoid wounds. No. So we'll get 2 instead of 1 for the findings deck. And we've got heap, mechanical part, shells, weapon part, and we get to roll a die. So mechanical part, weapon part, a shell on the findings, and we get to roll the die. Cool. Then we do the next one. Mechanical part and chems. Well, at least we could use the chems for rats. And mechanical parts. And then we roll the die again. 3. Nothing. I needed to roll anything but a 1, 2, and a 3. And that's what I rolled. Awesome. Let's keep rolling. Oh man, come on! Come on! If she's gonna die, she's gonna die. Search the pantry. We're gonna return 2 to resolve a findings card for searching the pantry. It says whenever you take anything from the pantry, so let's grab a findings card. I gotta shuffle these again. It'll be from the pantry. Get a trap going. I really do need to. 1 raw food, 1 coffee, 1 sugar, and I roll a die. 1 raw food, 1 coffee, 1 sugar, which could be used for trading. And I roll the die. Of course, I find all the stuff now when she's out here by her lonesome. 8. What is 8? Another coffee. Look at all the cool stuff she's finding. Alright, so we need to put that back in findings. And we need to resolve C99. Isn't that ours? We could always share. Divide all the tokens found by half, rounding the number up. The result is the number of tokens you must discard, meaning the ones we have just found, and the ones from the findings pile. The value of the tokens does not matter in this case. If we don't agree, blood will be spilt. We can try to stop the fight. So it sounds like people are fighting over food. But for what we just found, which was raw food, coffee, sugar, and coffee, I'm going to lose the sugar and the coffee. And then we can try to stop the fight. 880. I don't. I have 2 wounds on me, people. I might be dead. 880. None of us want to die. We try to stop the fight and negotiate. We can give some of the loot back. That's enough. Please stop. Roll the black die. A result of 6 to 10 stops combat. Shuffle a residence card back into the residence as a result. If we don't agree, blood will be still. Combat starts. Yep, they're trying to fight us. We give some of the discard tokens with a total value of 6 or more from the finding piles. They leave us alone. 2, 4, 5, 6. I think we could do that and then go back to the game. Or roll the black die. On a 6 to 10, combat ends. On a 2 to 4, continue combat. God, we're gonna die. Alright, we're gonna give back. We're gonna give 6 stuff. 2, 4, 5, 6. Please. Not the face. Not the face. There. And the fight's over. And we're back to the game. And it says, until you leave this location whenever you search the pantry. This sucks. Let's do this to talk to them to see if they can leave us alone. 638. It's always difficult to trust one another. After all, we're just like them. We do anything to help our chances of surviving another day. We talk, but everyone is ready to reach for their weapons at any time or simply run off. We always have to be on guard. Who knows if someone's intention is just to talk or whatever. It's to violently rob the other of all their possessions. Roll the black die. And I'm gonna roll a 2. Nope, a 1. Sweet, 194. I'm dead. 1941. I just wanted to talk to them. It's been nice resting, but we've got to go. Take care. Let's hope we don't meet again under better circumstances. Back to game. Alright. I got a prowess of 2, so I could probably try to trade. Let's try to trade with them. They might be able to help me. 723. What sleeves are you using? They look great with glare. These are Ultra Pro. Ultra Pro gloss sleeves, actually. But I've switched them out to using matte sleeves. I prefer the matte sleeves, but it's the Ultra Pro matte. 723. You may buy any of these tokens. So see journal trade sheet. We need, well, they're selling bandages. Trade commissions 1, so let's talk about trading. That's the night raid. There should be a rule thing for trading. There's a trade sheet somewhere. $7.23. Seed journal trade sheet. It's probably at the back of the book. Trade sheet. Trade sheet. Trading is an action available on some location. Visitor residence cards. It enables you to exchange your tokens. The one in the findings pile during scavenging or the ones in the storage when a visitor comes to the shelter. Before the trade begins, you may pay the trade commission first. It means you must discard tokens of the total value depicted in the trade description of a given card script. It represents the profit a trader gains for bartering with you. Then you may exchange the tokens by discarding your tokens of the value. Okay, so it's a 1. So I can trade... If I trade... I can get bandages if I get rid of chems. And bandages are 10. Dadgummit, I don't have 10. Herbal meds is a 6. There's nothing to trade. Yeah, I got nothing but 1s. Yeah, trading isn't really gonna do it. I mean, I could do a weapon part for 2. That can't even get me food. Can that get me a vegetable? No, vegetables are 5. I think I'm done. I don't think there's anything else I can do. If I give them... Is there a med? How much are meds? Meds are 10. Yeah, I think she's screwed. And I can't get them to go away, so I'm done exploring. I'm done. Night raid. So we have to deal with 2 night raids today. It's... Yep. We'll be taking the chems and the raw food and the water. Actually, we could take all 3 because we have 3 water. And she might die. So we gotta take care of 2 night raids. Night raid 1. It's gonna be a short game, folks. It's gonna be a short game. Alright. Nope, not that one. This one. Red! Of course it is! My favorite color! And I pull from where? I pull from the Night Raids deck. Red, 867. 867. Yay. Our eyes open widely with utter dread. 5 well-armored soldiers surround our shelter. Their seemingly friendly shouts of, "We only want to have a drink and sleep in a bed," are no comfort to us. We either let them in or we definitely don't let them in. Ha 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 ha. Ha. We are going to let them in because somebody's going to die. Oh, if they suffer damage during a night raid. We're not gonna let them in. We're not gonna let them in. Come what may. Come on, game. What you got? I ain't scared. What you got? We're not letting them in. The soldiers' tempers flare. The door gives in and falls on the floor with a loud thud. A few rounds from a machine gun break the silence of the night. We're being punished. Distribute 3 wounds amongst the characters present, or fight to the last man. We're fighting to the last man. 1497. Come on, punk. 1497. We're not done yet. You ain't my real dad. Draw 5 enemy tokens. Draw 5 enemy tokens. Soldiers are armed. Begin combat. You cannot flee. You may try to stop the fight before each full round. I'm going to try to stop the fight. 647. We're going to die. Woo, that was not smart. Who told me to do that? Trying to stay alive, we act to stop the fight and begin negotiating. We discard tokens with a total value of 10 or more from the storage. They leave us alone. We surrender and beg for mercy. Yeah, we're going to do that. Roll the black die for each character present. There's one character present. 1! Sweet! What's going to happen? I take a wound. Which, who's at the door? It was, I think it was Anton. Yeah, it was him. Cool. Finally, discard all tokens from the storage. Obi Nobi. Oh no! And that was one Night Raid card! What's the other one? Starving people! Damage, 4 tokens, any 4 tokens, resources, and 1 wound. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We don't have anything, so they beat us up and took our stuff. And we shuffle 2 more of these in the crime wave. And then we get back. She gets back, and she's like, what the hell? What the hell happened? Boy. Yeah, this is going downhill fast. Yeah, fake card. This is going downhill fast. Super fast. Oh, I didn't shuffle this. I just put it back. Shuffle it back. Fake card. Whoa. There we go. Raise wounds on all wounded, unbandaged people by 1. She is dead. She is deadsies. Oh no, she has 1 more wound to get and then she's deadsies. He has 1 more wound to get and then he's deadsies. He has 2 people without actions. Period. This is amazing. 2 people have no actions this turn. What else? What else would you like to do? If cold tokens minus board ups, there's no cold tokens. Discard the nearest, so central storage is gone. Move these down, and we're dealing with abandoned cottage next. And then B. Sweet! This is gonna be great! It's gonna be fantastic. Discard 1 coffee from storage or raise your misery. That'll be a twofer on that misery. If there's a guitar in storage, lower the character's misery by 1. If Anton is hungry, if hunger is level 2 or 3, raise his illness. Cool! Yay! Then draw 2 narrative cards. Pick one and do the other. Wow, all my plans got dashed. Another secret storage. And rumors. Take a look at the top card of any 2 of the following decks events at any time. We'll keep rumors. And this gets shuffled back. Cool, right? Fun! I have no actions on both of them. They're going to die next, so I only have actions on 1 character. I have 1 action on 1 character. That's amazing! And you were wounded during the night raid, so that would go to 1. This is incredible. We need to draw an event. Rat infestation, even better. Discard all green tokens from the storage. You mean like raw food? All green tokens from the storage except canned food, moonshine. So that lovely raw food I had that she got shot for, gone. Gone. Then, if during the next dawn phase you have a deadfall trap with weight token on it, the trap provides 1 additional food. Gone. I got 1 action this turn. From you. You are going to set this trap with the chems. They're just dead. Wait, now this is done. Yep, that's it. That's it. So I put a weight token on here with the chems, and that is the action. That is the day phase. Yep. Okay, cool. No water to drink. We're gonna roll some dice. 1 for you means your fatigue, your hunger goes to 3. We are so dead. I could try, but it's not gonna work. So 3. Oh, that's misery, not hunger. Sorry. Hunger's 3. Roll for you. 8. Misery is at 1. And 6. Misery goes to 2. Then no food, which means hunger goes to 4. Oh boy. Hunger goes to 1. Hunger goes to 3. We're going to be reading some stuff now. And you weren't fed. Hunger goes to 0. Alright, we've got some things to read. So, first let's start with Marin. Marin, 645. 645. Find a character on the list whose state has reached level 4. Marin is 479. Marin's calloused hands will never again be able to make things right, neither for himself nor for anyone else. This man's tragic tale is finally over. Maybe he finally found peace. Remove him from the game. We hit 0 here. Let's go to Wartime Diaries 2. Go to K2. Yay! K2. Where is K2? Here we are. Something is wrong. The house is a bit too quiet and sort of gloomy. We realize that no one knows where our little princess is, and her beloved teddy bear is also nowhere to be found. She disappeared. Where could she have gone? Did someone snatch her? Who saw her last? Questions and fear crash over us in waves. Not caring about the time of day, we run out, each one in different directions, to a neighbor, towards the outpost, to the hospital. Time doesn't matter. Every new attempt serves only to let us know we failed. The last straw was when we found the torn up remains of a stuffed toy. Dragging our feet and wiping eyes red with tears, we return home fully realizing that from now on, it will be more empty than ever before. This seems to be the end of our struggle. Raise the misery of all characters by 2. Hey, that takes you to 4. We have more story to read. That takes you to 4 and you to 3. And then roll the black die and compare the result with the empathy of each character. As a result, that is equal to or lower than raise their misery by 1. So it's just you. I need to roll higher than 6. I rolled a 9. Okay. Then we go back to this book and go to 208. Oh my god, this is so horrible. 208. This is Anton. Anton is 570. 570. Brutal. 570. One night, having patiently waited for the right moment, Anton quietly slips out the back door. His ultimate fate unknown. Discard all books from the storage. Remove Anton from the game. What was he, orange? Anton's gone. Oh boy, she's gone. The house is empty. Awesome. Awesome. And cool. This went so sideways so fast. Oh, this went sideways so fast. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So that was dusk. We're at the evening. Will she step out into the wild? If we leave this house unguarded, we lose the game. So she has to stay on guard duty, raising her fatigue to 3 because it doesn't matter. And then we have to resolve a night raid because she's not scavenging. Oh my god. Fun game, fun game, fun game. If you hit me with a reality impact, I'm gonna be so sad. Raging Gang, 5 wounds. Oh my god, she's dead. She is so dead. Oh, she is so dead. Yep, she's dead. So she was wounded out. So let's go to 285. 285. This is Arica. 1248. Arica was as tough as they come, but even she could not survive. The harsh reality of living in the ghetto was incomparable to the horrors of the war. Remove her from the game. Game over. Oh my god. Not letting them in the house was brutal. Wow, I could have done so much stuff. Anyway, I wanted y'all to see the game and see the Orphans expansion. Oh my gosh. So he starved to death. She bled to death, and he took his own life from misery. Welcome to this war of mine. This. Why do I love this game so much? I laugh at the outcomes, but why do I love this game so much? Because it's raw. It's like every decision you make in this game matters. Every decision you make in this game matters. Even with the RNG or the luck of the draw of rolling dice, sneaking around, but every decision you make has a consequence, has an outcome. I mean, even with the exploration, it was just kind of going through what was there. So I love this game because there is RNG to it, but the amount of RNG is mitigatable based on your decisions. Completely based on the decisions you made as things come. All these cards have really bad things that happen, but how bad that it affects you is how you play. I could have stepped outside and tried to not get shot by a sniper and got a new visitor. You can only have 4 characters in your house, period, right? You can't have more than 4. But the only thing I don't like about this game is combat. I don't like... I just wish there was another way. I wish there was another way to deal with combat other than these 3 dice. I'm unarmed, which most of the time you are. I have a melee weapon, or I have a gun. And what you roll, and the enemies roll the same dice as well to see how bad they wound you. So this is the only thing I don't like about this game, and I wish there was another way to do combat more intelligently than this. But everything else is... Yeah, it's unapologetic about the horrors of war, and that's why I love it. Let's not try to make... let's not try to sugarcoat things. War sucks. It's hard. It's hard on the people that are affected, and I think that this game really shows that, which is why every decision you make matters. every single one, and I love this game for that so much. Are you just going to get the upgrade pack? I talked about that at the beginning, Sean. I'm getting, and I can show again. I have everything already, but I am getting the upgrade pack here. And I am also getting the companions and the TV set stuff. And I'm getting the rubble die because I missed getting it before, and then I'm getting the playmats. Those are all I'm getting. So playmats, rubble die, TV and board game room promo cards, the companions, and the upgrade pack. Everything else. Like these acrylic markers, I was thinking about getting them, but as soon as I found out that they're not making acrylic markers for the SG stuff, and these are not all the acrylic markers from the core game, no thank you. I'm good. The furniture stuff is more of an upgrade, but like I said, I'm good. I don't need them. So I'm not getting that. But yeah, playmats, rubble die, these two, and upgrade. That's what I'm getting from this. Any questions about the campaign? I answered I don't mind answering some questions again, but any questions about, hey, usually people ask me like, hey, I have this game. What does that look like? Hey, what do I need to get if I already have something else, right? So if you have questions about that, let me know. Put it after the video, because the campaign's got about a day left, I think, if I understand properly. Yeah, it's got about a day and 17 hours left. So if you have questions, let me know, and I can answer. But hopefully that will. Yeah. So that's what I'm getting. Upgrade pack and some stuff. This, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. Yeah. Alright, cool. Well, that is going to be all for this playthrough. I love this game. I think this game is fantastic. This game is like always staying in my collection. Furniture is annoying as minis could cover the cards. I would avoid. Yeah, I wouldn't get. It's unnecessary bling, and this is speaking from somebody who blings out their games. I don't think that is necessary bling for you to get. It would cover up the cards because you got to put them on the cards anyway. All right, cool. That's gonna be all. This is a fantastic game. I highly recommend people get it and play it. If you don't have any of it, and you're thinking about jumping on. It's going to be a very hard game. But it's truthful and unapologetic about war, and it has some really great story moments in it. If you get things working, once you get through all the events and get to the ceasefire, the outcomes are even different in this game. There's multiple endings in this game, which is pretty cool. So there's great endings, good endings, okay endings, yikes endings, and then bad endings. There's a lot of endings for each of the characters in this game for you to go through. It is well written, the stories are well told, and I am so excited for all this new content for these scenarios coming. So hopefully this helped you make gave you some insight in things and will help you make a decision. But always do your research, and if you have questions, let me know. But until then, that's going to be it for tonight. Next playthrough is Thursday, playing with Pac-Man and Zen Legacy of Gravehold. And then Sunday, we were supposed to play Labyrinths of Lunacy, but we switched it out to Guardians of the Abyss with Kate and Cynthia for Arkham Horror. But thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thank you to my patrons, subscribers. If you're neither just coming in to hang out, thank you so much for joining. It's perfectly okay, because you know what? I love you. And there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Bye, everybody.